Hello everyone, this is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, King Dio, and Rabbit Hole. And holy fucking shit, can we just stop with the blind worship of fan creators and fan-made content on YouTube and other platforms? It's one of the most embarrassing things I think that has come out of the online fan community. Of course, I have these issues with the way certain companies are viewed online and the way they're attacked or the way they're damage controlled even, but when it comes to people like Nick Rekieta coming out and saying that there's a problem with companies protecting their IP and protecting their brand and protecting it from people who are profiting off of it, I have to just really come out and say you have to have a finicky understanding of how exactly this works. If a company is actively working on a project, working on a brand, constantly expanding it, introducing new elements and new storylines and stuff like that, they don't want someone else coming in and warping the idea of what that project is amongst the public. A good example, I think, would be what happened with Metroid 2, Samus Returns. There was a fan game, right? Another Metroid 2 remake that took 10 years to develop. It was heavily promoted among Nintendo fan communities and fan sites and stuff like that, and it gained a lot of traction in the 2015 to 2016 period, where people legitimately believed that there would never be another Metroid game, right? So another Metroid 2 remake was seen as a way of sticking it to Nintendo and showing them what for, and proving that the fans can do what Nintendo won't do and stuff like that. And what immediately happened is that Nintendo produced their own superior Metroid 2 remake with new elements, new combat abilities, and hinted at producing a sequel, a true Metroid 5, which of course is Metroid Dread. And these people who were adamantly all for another Metroid 2 remake, the fan game, adamantly rejected Samus Returns. They called it lackluster. They tried to say the visuals weren't good. They tried to say it wasn't as well made. It didn't have the heart and soul of the original. They made any excuse they possibly could to downplay the success of Samus Returns, the official Metroid remake, in favor of this shitty fan thing with reused zero mission assets. It was embarrassing. It was pathetic, and I'm not familiar with Warhammer at all, right? But it has to be the same kind of thing with them, right? You have these people who have no real bearing on who have no real association with the company at all, coming in and sort of creating their own fan-made things and getting some popularity due to doing things that Games Workshop would not do, and as a result of that, they get a following and they sort of warp how the brand is viewed, and it becomes this thing where its existence is actively harming your brand. So as a result of it, you need to shut it down. You need to stop it. It needs to stop. And I don't understand Rekieta's mindset, or any of the other fan creations, honestly. I don't understand their mindset with this, because you're not going to be getting new material if the fan stuff becomes more profitable and more successful than the official thing. Theoretically, if you could just if anyone could just produce fan-made content of an existing thing, there would be no purpose for the original company. People would just co-opt it and then just build off of it and just not allow the original creators to really grow and become successful on their own merits, right? If you're not happy with what Games Workshop is doing, don't care about their brand. Don't buy their products. Don't follow them. You don't need to I'm just gonna make my own and sell my own projects and follow a bunch of YouTube channels and watch their animations. Just do something else. You don't need this fan-made content. Just go ahead and like get into a new series, a new IP, a new franchise. Like buy a Nintendo Switch. I know you don't actually play video games, but it is downright embarrassing to see the links that people like Nick Rekieta will go to in order to attack and hate Nintendo.